You're about to see a warrior. You've had plenty of time, as I asked you to prepare for Tom trial. Tom is back and fully engaged and ready to go, and he's going to talk to you today about a call to innovate. So be prepared, or no, get ready, be ready to be thoughtfully amazed by Tom. Triumph!
Yeah. Thank you. All right. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And it may very likely be happening to you, and you, and you. Some of you here are being called. You've likely been aware of this for some time, although no one has been shouting your voice aloud. The appeal likely began as your own private thoughts, faintly emerging, yet persistently urging. Your thinking was surging, your thoughts coalescing and converging. Over time, the appeal became more pronounced, like an entreaty announced. Let's be clear about what's happening. You are being invited to step up and make your mark, to craft the new you, forge new products, ignite new sparks. The world is calling you to innovate. Why the call to innovate? First of all, the world is changing in more ways, more profoundly than ever before. Historically, our professional lives were neatly divided into two basic parts. First, we apprenticed and learned a trade. And then we spent our adult lives doing that work and never really strayed. No longer. Today, technological and societal changes abound, impacting nearly everyone around. Advancing ways of robotics, technology and AI, autonomous vehicles, e-commerce, delivery drones in the sky, hosted platforms, solutions, and 24/7 services to use. Global communication power that lets you make the news if you choose. Moreover, you are aware of many problems where real improvement is needed, yet those many problems go unheeded. And then mixed in with all this is the realization in your head that you think maybe could make a difference instead. Instead of the usual same old, instead of the dread, instead of being a bystander and just watching the world go by, you think maybe I could make some difference if I tried. And those are some of the reasons creating the unease and awakening your sensibilities to innovate. Your future demands it. Hearing the call to innovate means you're ready to begin. Heeding the call is entirely up to you. For those of you that want to start and make tracks, let's begin by separating fiction from fact. Born an innovator. Innovators are made, not born in the wild. Creativity takes talent and skill, none of which you have as a child. And if you think, like me, you're average indeed, you're in good company. You're just like Albert Einstein. A flash of innovation. Don't wait for the final solution to you to come arrive to you, fully arrived in a dream, or in a flash of lightning, or on a laser beam. Don't wait for lightning to strike, or inspiration to feel smartest. Inspiration is for amateurs, says Chuck Close, the artist. A lone inventor. Mostly folklore, it's true. To put it front and center, Thomas Edison, the inventor, had over 1,000 patents that he shared with 200 colleagues with whom he was paired. It's too hard, you're too busy. Fact or fiction? Actually, only you really know. It's your life, not his or hers or some random Joe's. But think about this. After a long day at work, Yvonne Brill would come home, put her kids to bed, sit at the kitchen table and work into the nights. And after 8 years, she patented a new rocket engine that powered the Apollo moon mission flights. You can. Before you default to that position, you may want to give yourself a mission. Like Sabrina, who built from scratch a plane that she flew when she was just 14. Now what about you? And then MIT and Harvard, she studied her way through, now heralded as the next Einstein, and she's just 22. The big leap. Across a chasm dividing the old and new, does innovation jump? Not really. It moves more like it's hitting 1,000 speed bumps. The first wheel turned pottery in 3500 BC and didn't roll chariots for 3 centuries. The printing press, invented in 1409, was already antiquity in Gutenberg's time. And 1,000 years before the Wright brothers' flights, monks built gliders that flew to great heights. Copy and combine. Yes. Yes. Use what's around you to mix and match and edit. Stand on the shoulder of giants. Give Isaac Newton the credit. Sarah Blakely took some scissors and made some simple cuts and built Spanx into a multi-billion-dollar business that shaped a lot of butts. Begin right here, right now. It's what Robert Rauschenberg did as a struggling young artist living the New York City beat. He made art from discarded junk he found on the street. Find paper and paint it. Find a hole and fill it. Find fertile ground and till it. Find a problem and kill it. Everything matters. True, some things do matter, some things matter less. But make the less about you and the more about success. If your work is a reflection of you, what does your work say about you when you're through? It's why some furniture makers finish the underside of their tables. It's why Frank Lloyd Wright designed overhanging gables. Why Steve Jobs insisted on perfectly finished screws inside the case of a Mac. Why recording the song Born to Run took 10 months back to back. Listen, you are being called. What's your name? Cynthia. Be like a chess master, moving your problems into checkmate. Be like someone transforming their lives into a new update. Be like a boxer punching above his weight. You are being called. There is work to do. Innovate. Thank you.